Michael Owens was a BNC slate mate of mine, running for Congress in Georgia, and he is here to. We're going to catch up and we're going to find out what it's looking like in Georgia right now, because obviously that is a very big hot spot. So
yes, it
we're
is.
Gonna
1000%.
bring him in. Hi.
Jen.
How are you?
I am great. I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm good. Oh, I love this. This is
a little.
Mike,
yeah.
Mike, you're rocking the Santa beard. It looks wonderful.
No, Santa. I'm thinking it's more Idris Elba than Santa.
You know, it started off just like as a lazy Corona thing, and then I started getting a few compliments. You know, like the ladies found this not too bad. So
the ladies like it. As long as you keep it nice and trim, the ladies like it.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah. How's it going?
And a perfect shirt as well.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about that. So first, just give like an introduction as to where you are in Georgia and what you're working on now, and then we'll just see where that goes.
Yeah, great. So first of all, thanks for having me on. It's a pleasure. Good to see you again and get to interact with you guys. Yeah, I am. I literally live right outside of Atlanta. So for those who do not know, I'm the former chairman of the Democratic Party in Cobb County, which is the third largest county in the state. And one of those kind of key states that, as some of these key counties go, so does the state. So, I've been super excited about what's been going on. John is actually a personal friend of mine. So, Reverend Warnock, who doesn't know him in the state of Georgia, literally being in the same pulpit as, Reverend, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So, I am, again, a stone's throw outside of the inner city of Atlanta, still within the metro area, and just out here on the grind every single day, engaging voters and going through voter registration process. And today was the last day of early voting here in Georgia. So we've been pushing all week to try to make sure we get every single person to the polls as possible.
Yeah. So what does it feel like there? Like, it seems contentious. It's from outside, it seems contentious.
Yeah, the numbers are looking good, but obviously, we know that the Republican voter is especially suspect when it comes to the polling. So,
and that they show up on election day.
Yeah. So I can tell you guys, based on what happened in the general election, we did our things as far as everyone on the left. We hit the polls. We did the early voting. We did a ton of vote by mail. Absentee voting. For those of you guys that don't know, in Georgia, anyone can vote by mail, or absentee vote, as you call it. So we encourage as many people as possible, that don't have to wait in those lines, because we do know, as we found out in 2018, voter suppression is real in the state of Georgia. And so, things will happen. So we try not to leave it a chance to make sure everyone gets out and vote early. So we've been doing a lot of that. And in the general election this past November, what we did not see was that red wave, right? That expectation that, Republicans are going to turn out to the polls in masses on election day. And that simply didn't happen in Georgia, right? So there was a turnout, 'tis true, but we had built up enough lead because of the absentee voting that as those numbers started coming in, the day after election, successive days after, we ultimately was able to catch up. And, President-elect Biden and Vice President-elect Harris was able to win that election. So we're expecting the same thing for this January 5th election. We have been getting those numbers out in masses. We're ensuring that we've already surpassed the, every record that we've had for runoff votes in Georgia in the past. But the key to this is that when you look at these numbers, when you look at the polls, first of all, throw the polls out the window. I hate it, right?
Well,
the polls do show things are looking good, but I think if we've all learned across this entire country, we're not trusting polls anymore, right? And the last thing we want is for people to get comfortable with the fact that we may actually win these things, right? And give someone an excuse not to show up on election day. So, polls be damned, right? We're going to do everything we can to ensure that we win this election. Now, again, we didn't see that red wave show up in November. And, there's people here in Georgia. The Republican Party is a mess right now, right? I mean, Trump continues to make his feelings hurt.
The pissing match between Trump and Mitch? You're not enjoying the show?
But I can bring that here locally to Georgia, right? Because our Secretary of State is, we had both of the Republican candidates for Senate. The incumbents both call for the dismissal of our Secretary of State, who's a Republican as well, right? Because he would not toe the line for Trump and basically, throw out all the votes. They wanted to overturn the November election for no cause, for no reason other than they wasn't happy with the results. We had a hand audit that took place after the election, right? Then we had a audit that took place. Basically, the recount took place, and then we had lawsuits, right? So we've had everything here that you can imagine, and there's still I don't remember the last number, but there's still 35 Republicans here, elected Republicans, that are calling for votes to be thrown out, elections to be overturned. So what's going on with our governor? You probably heard that Trump said that he wished he would have never had endorsed our Republican, Governor Brian Kemp, because he won't do his bidding. And this is just absurd, the point of where we are right now. But I love it.
That George is taking some of the distraction away from Florida. Usually we're the shit show. Yeah. So I'm actually glad that it's not us. So
we're it. And it's good though. I am completely comfortable and happy with us being in the national spotlight, right? And you've seen it happen. For those of us that's been on the ground here, we're not completely surprised by what's happened. Going back to 2017, when John Ossoff, one of the candidates that's running now for Senate, when he was running for Congress, that was, the first major election after the Trump victory. It was one of the, all eyes was on Georgia then. For it was a short amount of time, right? But that John Ossoff race in 2017 was huge. And then 2018, obviously, with Stacey Abrams running, and the potential to be the first, Black female governor in the country, was obviously something that the world was paying attention to. And now you have 2020, where we literally, not only did Georgia flip for the Democrats, we now have an opportunity to be the balance of the Senate, right? It's insane where we are.
Have the opportunity to basically rid us of Mitch McConnell. And seriously, that is a heroic Sisyphean effort that I am
thesaurus-like.
I am very thesaurus-like. But and let's just give props to Stacey Abrams, because you mentioned her in terms of how many voters she registered, and her project and what she was able to do over the past couple of years is pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's another one of those things where it has been years of effort, right? I know people really started paying attention in 2018, but it goes back. And I've worked with Stacey, numerous years on different efforts. So it has been yeoman's work, right? It has been to kind of meet people where they are, get out into other parts of the state, get out to other parts of counties, because, Georgia, like a lot of places, there were places where Democrats were going to win, and there were places where Republicans were going to win. And that's just the way it was. And we started to challenge that. And you start to challenge in different parts of the state. You start to go in parts of counties where you haven't had anybody Republican candidates for decades, and you run candidates in those places. And so that's really, what we've done. And I think, if one thing for Leader Abrams can be said, is that she made it possible for everyone to believe that we could win these seats. We could start to flip seats in the state house, and ultimately we could flip this county. We could flip this state, and then ultimately, we're sitting here now with the possibility of being able to flip the Senate.
Yeah, well, I'm so hopeful for that.
Well, I think there's three reasons that, fighting right now for Warnock and Ossoff make all the sense in the world, especially for those of you that, phone banking is the most effective way to help them right now, because getting out the vote is really what it's about for Tuesday. But I would say, Mike, it comes right down to, having the Democrats in control gives us an opportunity to really see what they're made of.
Is there contact information that we can put in the chat? Like, where can people sign up to phone bank or help with Warnock or and Ossoff? I know is the other one.
Is there a website they can go to, Mike?
Yeah, you can go to georgiademocrats.org or georgiademocrats.com. You can also go to electjon.com.
Okay.
I mean, it's not hard, right? Go out there, you find it. We've got phone banks going all the time. Connect with me directly. I've been connecting with people literally all over the state, leading phone banks. So if you have a group that wants to do a phone bank, reach out to me. I can put my contact information on there. But it's real easy. I mean, we need people that continue to phone bank. If you have cousins, aunts, sisters, your high school, sweetheart lives in Georgia right now, give them a call. And think that's the other thing too, right? We're just encouraging people. Everybody knows somebody that knows somebody, right? That
work is very important right now. It's very important for a myriad of reasons.
Yeah,
we need to get.
You got it. Like I said, you got to see where the Democrats are at. If they're going to, do us better, we hope. If they were in control, who knows what the stimulus check situation
honestly,
would be
in
like.
this case, it's a no-brainer.
It is. And of course, the opportunity to remove Mitch McConnell from power, it's
massive.
It is.
Yeah, this is truly one of those moments where, and I used to say it all the time. We need everyone that's left of center in this, right? We don't need anybody. This is not a withhold a vote. This is not, I will, wait this out to the next election. This absolutely not, right? This is not one of those times. And, I pride myself on being part of this broad coalition, right? And being part of that broad coalition means exactly that. We know what the stakes are with this. And, when you talk about Mitch McConnell and what's going on and everything that we fight for, everything that we want, the bottom line is none of that will happen at all, right? We will continue to regress.
Oh, yeah, no, he's an impediment to any sort of progress whatsoever. I am normally not blue, no matter who, lesser of two evils. But in this particular case, when it comes to being able to remove him from his position of power, there is no other alternative.
And look, you cannot understate how horrifically bad Senators Loeffler and Perdue are.
That's the other thing too, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, no, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I would say now, I can say I know both of these gentlemen, right? I mean, and I've known Jon Ossoff for quite some time now, and they're going to stand up and they're going to do the right thing, right? I am confident of that. Okay. Again, we've got a broad spectrum of people on the left. So, it's not always going to be happy for everybody. But when you look at the current senators that we have right now, David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler, you could not ask for two worse senators in this entire United States. Okay?
Rick Scott and Marco Rubio.
Well, yeah. Let's keep the tripping where we need to right now.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, what's current? You look at this coronavirus and the two people that was leading the charge in making money for this, right? I mean, you think about the hypocrisy, right? Yeah. When people are starving and people are needing jobs, people are needing to try to make a decision of whether to pay their rent, buy their groceries, get medicine, right? Yeah. And we have two senators who literally made money off of this, right? We're informed, right, through confidential briefings. And what did they do? They went out and they executed trades to put more millions in their pockets when they're already millionaires, right? I mean, I don't know if how many listeners know, but Kelly Loeffler is the richest senator in the land. And she was that day one. She literally bought her seat. She literally bought her seat. She was a nominee because she pledged millions of dollars that she could self-fund the whole thing, right? And she donated tons of money to our governor. She donated tons of money to the president, and that got her the seat.
It doesn't hurt if her husband is the chairman of the New York Stock Exchange either.
Doesn't help it at all.
Michael, unfortunately, we do have to cut this a little short. We've got a slew of wonderful people coming on the podcast tonight.
Our New Year's Eve live stream countdown. But I'm so glad you were able to check in and represent Georgia because everybody needs to be supporting right now. So I really appreciate it. And you look so cute.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Everybody go out there, follow me on Facebook, Owens for Georgia 13.
Owens for Georgia 13.
Yep. Michael Owens GA is my other Twitter handle. So feel free to go out, follow me. Jen, thank you guys so much. It's been such a great opportunity to be on. Have a super happy new year. See you guys on the flip side in 2021. It's got to be better than 2020.
It sure, it can only go up from here.
The bar is very low.
Take care, buddy.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. If you want to support our mission to transform politics into service, please like this video, subscribe, follow us on social media, and consider joining our Patreon, where you'll get early access to our interviews as well as other exclusive content. Links are in the description. Peace out.